Good afternoon, everyone. It is March 17th. That is St. Patrick's Day. And out of rebellion, I'm not wearing any green. So come pinch me, but social distance. So you can't, so I'm safe. Y'all, we are trying to do more and more communication in this season that is unparalleled, that many of us have never seen or even imagined. So this is your weekly update from Redstone Church.
Hey everybody, I wanted to take the opportunity to share some big news about mine and Abby's future. We have been praying for a long time about my call to ministry and what that means for us in the coming years. And the Lord has provided an amazing opportunity for us to step into that. We will be starting a new season of ministry in April at Buck Run Baptist Church in Frankfort, Kentucky. I'll be the student pastor there, and this position is going to offer me more opportunities to teach and to step into leadership in some ways that I've really fallen in love with at Redstone Church. And I'm going to be able to step into those in a full-time capacity, which is really exciting for us. It's also located pretty close to Southern Seminary, where I did my graduate studies, and we're praying through whether I should go back and do some more education. It would allow me to do that on campus, which is a really amazing opportunity. We know that this season is really confusing with coronavirus and all the stuff that's happening, but we wanted to let you know that we're doing everything we can to set Redstone Church up for success after we leave. We really do believe that we are leaving Redstone in really, really good hands, and that the Lord's going to watch out for Redstone, and we really look forward to seeing what He does in the life of Redstone Church. We ask that you guys would continue praying for us as we make this transition in a time that is really confusing for us too. We need a lot of prayer. We thank you so much. We are so thankful for our time at Redstone Church. It has meant so much to us, and we look forward to the next season of ministry as well.
There you have it. An announcement from Will Morris. As his church family, we have the great opportunity to pray for he and Abby and baby James in this season of transition, as well as reach out to him and let him know the impact that he and his ministry has meant for us and our church. All right, well, let's step into it. This is a new season for all of us concerning COVID-19. We have all heard thousands, if not millions, of words about this virus that we had very little knowledge of even a month ago. But as a local church, it's our responsibility to step in and communicate the way in which we are going to survive this pandemic. First, let's get the easy part out of the way. We have decided to cluster our church programming into clusters of 3-week units. And so Sunday mornings have been canceled for Sunday the 22nd, the 29th, and April the 5th, as well as all other church programming for those 3 weeks. On to Sunday mornings, what will we do? Last week we thought it worked relatively well. So on Sunday mornings, we will continue to gather as a church community, even though it'll be virtual, even though it'll be through the platform of Facebook Live, but we still think this rhythm is a very healthy and a good place to be. So roll out of bed, gather your family, gather your roommates around you, and open up Facebook, because at 10 o'clock in the morning, we'll open up this and we will open up God's Word and we will see what He has to say for us. This week, we're going to try to get back into some rhythm of normalcy, so we're going to add a couple of songs and maybe even a ministry moment so that we can continue those normal rhythms that we have grown accustomed to and we love about Sunday mornings. We love the fact that we can be more intentional and actually do a little bit more engagement in this time. So for families, especially those moms and dads out there, we would encourage you to gather your kids around you, listen to and participate in the service, and we're going to intentionally give you some takeaways or some open-ended questions so that you can ask your kids or ask your roommates and have a little dialogue after the service. In the same way, we can open this thing up to whomever we want to. And so be sure to go out and invite your Facebook friends, create watch parties, whatever it is. These are just easy ways to engage our friends and our neighbors and our family, some people that may be far from Jesus, far from community, and give them an outlet of things that may be beneficial to you. All right, so I know the question is, what are we going to do about community groups? We know that CDC's recommendation is that we do not gather in groups over 10. We have to respect our authorities on that. And so even though we very much value community groups gathering together, we simply can't do that in traditional forms. So what we're doing is we're training our community group leaders on some of these virtual platforms where they can actually invite you to a community group, invite you into a session that will allow you to participate. And so even though you're looking at a screen, these platforms are pretty robust and will give you some sense of reality that you are in the same room together, having the same conversation. We will, not this week because it's spring break, but in the following weeks, we will continue to have community groups and we will continue to function this way. It's very important that in the season of sickness and fear and anxiety, that everyone who calls Redstone Church attaches themselves to one of these community groups. We know that there is a percentage of you that are not currently attending a community group. Well, in this season, we would encourage you to find a way to attach to one of these groups, because in this season, we want to keep ourselves accountable. We also want to keep ourselves connected in a real and a powerful way. And so, community groups will happen, but in a different form. Lastly, we need to address the fact that in the coming days or weeks, there may be many of us who will need help. For that reason, we are actually going to start a brand new Facebook page. And the functionality of this page is simply twofold. First and foremost, I need help. The second would be, I can help. First, I need help. If there's someone, you personally or someone in your life that is in need of help, we want you to use this page and simply type out, I have a neighbor who needs some groceries, or I need someone to run to the pharmacy. Whatever help that you perceive in your life, in your families, or maybe even your neighborhood, we want you to be able to express that in some way. We think that this Facebook page will offer that solution. And then we want you to get into the habit to go to that page often, maybe even daily, to look at all of those needs. And if you are in a place where you can offer help, for you to then respond to these needs and say, hey, I can do that for you. So that's the platform that we're going to use to try to mitigate some of the needs both in our lives, but then also in the lives around us. As always, we need to be in prayer for those people who are impacted by this pandemic. We also need to pray for our medical and our first responders who are part of our body, and then all those who are working double and triple shifts. We need to pray for those students, especially the university students that have been displaced and literally cannot go home because of travel bans. So let's be in prayer in these days.